Geek Tank Radio on 98.1 The Max.
Welcome, everyone. We are the Geek Patrol, and our microphones don't have a stun setting. I'm Joe Thorderson here with my friends Brandon Olmsted and Allan Gilbreth and our buddy Max over there behind the glass. And we have a phone visitor, right, Allan? A buddy of yours? Let's dive right in.
Yeah, we can dive right on in. Brandon, I brought you a Halloween present.
It's a week late, but I'm excited.
I would like to introduce production designer, art department, special effects, man about town, the infamous Mr. Mick Strawn.
All right.
Well, thank you, guys. I mean, it's such a pressure to be here.
That sounds about right.
Hey,
I feel that way every time I come in here.
Allan.
I'm just calling it the way I feel it. Sorry.
Hey, Mick, so you've been involved in quite a number of projects that we would all know, right?
Yeah, I think.
No,
I mean, if you're alive on this planet.
There we go.
Well,
Well, Allan,
I'm not really sure if I actually qualify for that right now.
Well, let's just throw out some of the heavy-hitting things of he might have been involved in, like Runaway Train, Blade, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Boogie Nights, Tainted Blood, The Night of the Scarecrow, a lot of stuff with the word Hercules in it. A couple of things have Musketeers in it. How about Freddy's Nightmares?
I mean, it's
How about Nightmare on Elm Street 4? How about Leatherface? How about The Hidden? How about Nightmare on Elm Street 3? Let's see. Let's see if I can do Critters 2.
Wait. Hold up.
Blade?
Hold up. Did you have anything
Blade?
to do with the giant? Well, yeah, Blade's a beautiful movie, but did you have anything to do with the giant critter ball?
I've got the greatest story about it, though.
That's awesome.
So, let's see. I got 7 minutes, right? Let's see if I can talk fast. So,
Well, you got more
guys,
than one segment, dude. It's all right. You can
We're
chill for a
okay,
minute.
I got it. So the guys coming up from the makeup effects warehouse while we were building the town, and they came up because there's a slope next to us, and they were testing their critter ball, and this was their first critter ball, and like any early prototype, they were working out the bugs, but the bugs kind of got the best of them. They had this aluminum frame structure,
Right.
and it was 7 feet tall, and they had it completely covered with critters, and they're going to run it down the hill. And we're kind of watching these guys and going, well, they didn't seem to be technically. I mean, they could all mold critters and all that, but technically they weren't probably the
brightest
light
individuals.
Yeah, the brightest bulbs in the nest.
So they might be as sharp as that critter ball.
Exactly right. So they take it to the top of the hill, and it's made of these little pieces of aluminum that they had literally just screwed together. Right.
Okay.
So to make it like a geodesic, like a really, really funky geodesic dome.
Okay.
And they get it to the top. They get it to the top of the hill, and they start to run it down, and immediately. Critters started to flee for their lives. There were critters there and critters here, and they're throwing critters left and right, and it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller as it goes down the hill. And this thing was 7 feet around at the top of the hill. It was the size of a freaking beach ball at the bottom of it.
Nice.
And dead critters were all over the hillside. And I thought to myself, I ought to go down there sometime. Back to California, check it out, and see if I couldn't dig up all those damn critters, because they didn't even bury the little suckers. They didn't even bury them. They just walked away.
So I mean, but you're building the town down there while they're doing this. Yeah. How many times as you're watching it go down to you, we shouldn't have put that building there?
I'm just picturing what the director's saying while all this is happening.
I've seen behind the scenes on the Critters movies. The directors weren't saying much.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, the director didn't come up. And by the way, the director, Mick, was a good friend of mine. That's one of the other Micks in Hollywood at the time. And so director wasn't there. And it's the great thing about it is if this was before everybody had a camera all the time, right?
Right.
And I remember when that thing got to the bottom of the hill, we were just turning each other going, had this been 20 years in the future, we would have all had films of that and been laughing for the rest of our damn lives.
Dude,
Think of the YouTube videos you could have got out of
all
that.
the bonus features that could go into a Critters Steelbook box set. Not that there will ever be a Critters Steelbook box set, but I can dream, man. I can dream.
Well, I thought we did a pretty good job with the town. We literally built it from scratch because we had another town. We had a town back in Ohio or something, and they had literally leased the whole town.
Right.
And then just before they got on the planes to go out there to start, setting things up, they had a once. You know how storms are in the Midwest, and they say there's a once in 100-year storm, right? That came up and just dumped snow on it. So it was really hard to do a Easter themed thing, in the free. So they had me. So they had us. They go, can you build? If we move back our schedule back about a couple of weeks, that would give us 5 weeks altogether. Could you build a town in 5 weeks? And I was like, probably. The chances of it standing for another 5 weeks is marginal, but we'll do what we can, and that's what we did.
So you just don't say no, right? That's sort of the key to success.
That's
sure. I can build a town in 5 weeks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that's I did the blood sequence on Blade, the shower sequence at the very beginning.
Oh, the blood rave. I mean, wow.
Right, the blood rave. Yeah, that was my little engineering project, and I kept saying, there's this particular way that I want the blood to land and look. I don't want it to be like everybody else does and make it look like Kool-Aid, it was, and little funky rivulets and stuff like that. And you know what? I achieved that, and so if I could get that, just building a town in 5 weeks, what's the challenge, man? Come on.
That's awesome, and we'll get back to more of that. I mean, because wow.
Okay, hey Mick, put a pin in it. We're visiting with Mick Strawn, and we're going to continue when we come back here on Geek Tank Radio.
You're listening to Geek Tank Radio on 98.1 The Max. Freddy Krueger has nightmares about them. The Geek Patrol is back.
And welcome back to Geek. I'm glad he liked it.
It's always good when you tickle the guest.
Yeah, I'm Joe. And welcome back to Geek Tank Radio, everybody. I'm Joe Thorderson here with my friends Brandon Olmsted and Allan Gilbreth and our buddy Max over there behind the glass. And on the line, a good friend of Allan Gilbreth, Mick Strawn. He's a legendary production designer in Hollywood, and he's sharing some stories. He shared some stories off the air that we are not going to repeat. And Mick, just keep in mind, we are on a radio station, and we're going to watch our language, right, sir?
The FCC is not right.
See, now they're getting a little. Now everybody's a little bit worried. They're going, "Oh, wow."
I'm just thinking we gotta, have your finger over the dump button, Max.
What happens on the set stays on the set.
Wait a second. Yeah. The government shut down. Is the FCC going to be around to mess with us?
Good point.
No, they won't.
Do not take that chance.
We're free to do whatever we want.
Hey, Mick, can I ask you something? I got a question for you, because you were telling us about some of these things where maybe the design is great. You talked about this critter ball that was from the movie Critters, but structurally it couldn't cut the mustard. So with designers like you guys can't just think it's not just about making something that looks cool or a special effect or a prosthetic. It has to actually function. You have to have the mind of an engineer, right?
It is, and the thing is and the problem is you have a lot of people around, and you have and the thing is a director is like will just as easily put one person onto a set that could hold one person as he would say, well, if it worked with one person, let's put 100 people up there. And it's like, okay. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, the thing is it is an engineer, and I've always approached it with an engineer's mind. That's But you know what? It's a tortured engineer. It's an engineer that spends a lot of time in his basement with his hands up over his head in manacles.
Okay.
That kind of.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Some of my private life slipped out. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Okay. Brandon, what do you
So
got?
I'm going
Steer
through
this
things, and of
back
course,
to,
we before the break we were talking about the blood rave and blade and making sure the blood goes the right direction. So you got to pay attention with the physics of all that. You've got to think of things when you're building stuff from the point of view of an engineer. So basically, what you're telling me is when you're a production designer, you've got to incorporate all the sciences, which will get the geeks really excited about that.
Oh, absolutely, all of it. And the thing is that's why my name is that's why when you were the production designer and I only designed that element of sorry about that. I only designed that element of Blade. I mean, but when you're the production designer, your name is in the beginning because you touch everything. You make sure that everything has a particular look. I mean, if I had to describe it, what the look is in a film, think of something like a Batman. Right. Batman, we all know that's a completely designed environment, right?
Right.
So the production designer he actually designs absolutely everything. I mean, the only thing left is basically the director, the actors directing, and the thing is every film is designed that much. It's just not so apparent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Batman is super apparent, but everything that you see that's a film, it is manipulated. Manipulated.
Well, you mentioned earlier working on Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Right.
And one of the things that always comes to mind when I think about Nightmare on Elm Street 4, besides all of the various things like the elevator where Rick dies and the chains and everything that looks, I always think back to Kincaid's death in the junkyard.
Yes.
And I mean, from the point of view of the actual on-set cars till it pulls back, and I know at one point it doesn't go to it's miniatures within a painting or something. It's just so intricate.
Well, yeah. It's intricate because of me.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Is
But I'm saying specifically that you touched on we built that junkyard. It was built very specifically. Literally, we bought an entire junkyard, an entire auto junkyard, and then we rented the empty lot next door, blew down the fence, and literally built those like I had built as a model.
Right.
Because the model was then also being built as another model by the optical effects people, and then there was a long funny story about the optical people would go up would make it look like it went up about 200 feet and say, "There, are we done?" And I'm like, "No, you're not done. I want it to be like the world." And eventually I had to go out to his office with a huge Sharpie and start drawing round things on his desk and on his walls and on his doors so that he knew what round was.
Jeez.
Now, when you say round, you're talking about the guy in the optical department and not Rennie Harlan himself.
Right. Well, yeah, but Rennie was a guest on set. I mean, he had a blonde on either hand, and he'd come in every once in a while.
See, that's what I've heard about him, is that he was very much the ladies' man, and this was like his first U.S. production. And,
right.
And it was like,
he didn't even speak the language. It wouldn't do him any good to say anything.
Right.
Right. So what the hell? You just kind of like, well, we were going to do this anyway. So, I'll give you a call. You can come out of your trailer, you're shaking the trailer, every once in a while and say, roll, if you would.
Right.
And he was entirely ready for that.
Okay.
I don't think he had a comment about anything. You know, it was just like, roar. Okay. So, roar.
Right.
All right. Well, you know what?
Did you
Coming
mean
up,
roar?
well,
Roar.
coming up next, we're going to find out what you're doing new.
Stand by.
Ooh, let's-
You're listening to Geek Tank Radio on 98.1 The Max. The Geek Patrol is back.
Can't be too careful with all those weirdos around.
Exactly. And welcome back to Geek Tank Radio, everybody. I'm Joe Thorderson here with my friends Brandon Olmsted and Allan Gilbreth and our buddy Max over there behind the glass. And on the line with us, legendary Hollywood production designer Mick Strawn. I guess he didn't think that rejoinder was as funny, Allan. He wasn't laughing. I didn't hear anything. So.
There was no Freddy. It wasn't that topical. Let's put it that way.
It was very meta and very true to form.
Mick, when you're telling us about what it's like to be a production designer on the on a film set, it almost sounds like you are just as much in charge as a director. I mean, because like it's either if you can't make it happen, it ain't happening, or it is happening. It's all on your shoulders.
It is. It really is. It's a very stressful job, and it's very it's very all encompassing. That's why the director of photography and the production designer and the director are the last three cards that you see at the beginning of a film.
I was going to say, because I mean, I feel like you all are. I don't want to say the unsung heroes, but I mean, you always hear who the director is. But yeah. You guys are the one. You guys. Yeah. If this was the Starship Enterprise, you're Scotty, right? Basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? That is a perfect analogy because I'm the one.
Especially when
I'm
things
the one
start to.
that's going to walk in and go, all right, so I got this. It's not going to fly.
Especially
it's
when
not going to fly.
Everything's going to go wrong, but you're going to fix it.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly right.
Pretty cool.
So you know what we're going to do now? We're going to talk about my projects.
Yes. What you got coming up, man?
I directed a film called Solitude. That is, it's on Tubi right now, and I production designed. These are films that are just coming out. A film called Pig Hill, which is a very, very, very disturbing film.
Did you say Pig Hill?
Mm-hmm.
Pig Hill.
That sounds disturbing.
Directed by Kevin Lewis, who did Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere where you can get all the emotion you need out of Nick Cage without him saying a word.
Right.
Right. You know, I swear to God, this is a great thing. So what we do, and I've called my friends about this, is we kept trying to figure out whether that bathroom was clean at the beginning and they messed it up for him, or it was dirty in the beginning and then they cleaned the whole thing up and did it backwards.
What would you have done if that was your task?
That's an amazing question. I would have had to stand there and think about it, and all the construction and set dressing and production designers that I know have asked that question of me. And I go, well, yeah, I should ask him. And then I got in the middle of the film, and I never asked him about it. You know. There you go.
Well, what would you do though?
Yeah.
You don't have. I feel like starting clean would be easier. I don't know. Am I wrong? Dirtying it up.
Yeah.
It depends on if it's a pre-existing set or not.
Because it was because here's the thing: dirtying it up was very. How can I say this? The cleaning up of it, the dirty bathroom had a very dressed look to me. It was very, very intentional, very layer on layer on layer on layer on layer, and that doesn't happen fast.
Okay.
And so what you would do is probably have a cleaning crew standing by to clean it segment by segment by segment as you went.
Actually, that makes sense now that I'm thinking of it, because when you clean something, it behaves different than when you're adding a layer of dirt. So, yeah, I guess you're right. So.
Absolutely. And the thing is the look, it's the clean part is not interesting. The dirty part is. So you want your most interesting part to be the most studied and the most worked on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. So
but it could have been either way, you know?
So Solitude, that's coming out first, you said? Solitude
is out now.
It's streaming on
Solitude
TV
is out now. go on Tubi, go out there. It's your average alone copy with a Wendigo in it, as they are, and it has the appropriate amount of evil in it.
Now, I also know that you're currently in post-production on a documentary you were working on Dave Gibson, and from what I understand, there's an adequate amount of evil in that too, because I saw Robert Alsop and Allan Gilbreth are in the credits.
Well, there you go. So, how's it coming, Allan?
Oh, let's just say I'm going to shave Robert.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You know what
Whatever.
you know what it's like trying to lip sync sound with somebody with a walrus mustache.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Does it muffle it, or does
Well,
it just...
there is a lovely scene. Mick, I'll send it to you later. But the frog song actually turned out precious. But lip syncing to a puppet,
Oh gosh.
not an easy task. Is all I gotta say.
Is not.
That's mean calling Robert a puppet.
Wow, that's he'd be a pretty stiff puppet.
Oh, it's kind of tough. All right, well, let's see. What else you got kicking out there? I saw. Aren't you doing something with the Friday the 13th something or?
I did Friday. I did a film called Vengeance. That was it was a fan film, first fan film I'd ever worked.
Okay.
First time I'd ever worked with people around me that also weren't getting paid, and I was like, wow, this is weird. What makes you come back on day two? Because I'm wondering if I'm going to. So there was that. I do have a film coming up called Ragaroo, and Ragaroo is a Louisiana werewolf, and so I'm going to do a Louisiana werewolf film.
I did one of those about 10 years ago.
That was not a film. That was film footage.
Who hasn't done a couple of them? That's what I'm saying. So.
Well, Mick, it sounds like you're firing at all cylinders these days. So yeah,
I'm still alive. And somebody said the other day, said the legendary Mick Strawn. And I was like, you don't get a long time of being legendary. You get, because that comes in at the very end of your career. Right. It's like the last 10 minutes just before you die.
Well, okay. Well, I don't know how to drop the mic any better than that. Mick, we got to go, man, but it's been great visiting with you. Consider yourself a friend of the show, and we're going to have you again over on Geek Tank Radio.
That sounds great. See you guys.
You're listening to Geek Tank Radio on 98.1 The Max. The Geek Patrol is back.
Anyhow, you'll have to wait. The kids are busy right now.
Oh, is the organ harvesting clown here?
Nah, Rusty comes on Tuesdays now.
And welcome back to Geek Tank Radio, everybody. I'm Joe Thorderson here with my friends Brandon Olmsted and Allan Gilbreth and our buddy Max over there behind the glass. And if you're just tuning in, we had a pretty interesting conversation with a friend of Allan's. He's a legendary Hollywood production designer, Mick Strawn. Guy's got a lot of energy, Allan. I mean...
Oh, you have no idea. You ought to be on set with him.
Yeah, pretty interesting, though. When he comes into town, we want to bring him back on the show and talk to him. So, but, hey... Brandon, we didn't tease this at the beginning of the show, but last week we weren't here because we were busy doing something.
We did something last week?
Yeah.
It's been a blur.
It's anyway. Well, it was the 15th annual Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention over at the beautiful and spacious Memphis Hilton, which is our favorite venue. And I don't know, do we have a retrospective
I don't think I agree with that anymore.
No?
Yeah,
Okay.
I still love the venue, but I would rather be at that venue when it's not us.
Oh.
Because when someone tells you, "Oh, we need you over here," and you're working at convention, and you realize just how spacious the Hilton is, because your legs want to give out by the time you get to the other end.
Yeah, there's no escalator anymore either, so people felt that, but I don't know.
Well, no, it was beautiful, and yes, having all that space for the Legos and the gaming and the video games and the zombie after party and everything under the sun. It was nice to not feel constrained.
I have to say, I want to give a big public shout out to the Memphis Zombies and Dwayne Craig in particular. I wasn't sure what was going to happen at that Halloween after party, but I'd have to say that was one of the best events of the entire convention.
I think.
A lot of people showed up. They had a great time.
I think what was great is that we had our convention attendees playing Zombie Quick Draw with the National Guard.
Yeah. National Guard guys got off duty and they showed up at the convention, and it was funny seeing professional, people that know how to use that using Nerf guns against like a 15-year-old
and they're getting taken out by a 15-year-old who's trying to take out zombies.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. And I will say this, I don't think I've had that much fun at a convention, ours or anyone else's, in a while.
Oh, good. Well,
it's like everything we did all the normal things. We had our panels, we had our workshops, we had our vendors and our artists and all the amazing people who we get to see as if we're having our family reunion. But there was just something about being back at the Hilton, and that after party it was just a lot of fun.
It was a good way to cap it off. But then we did something new. Well, we allowed something new to happen with the Dr. Joseph Kerr show.
The Dr. Joseph Kerr show,
which turned out to be another pretty popular event.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we really wanted to lean into the performing arts this year, and our good friend Chris Jowers hit us with an idea, and he wasn't going to have a vendor booth this year, so we could totally do it in the middle of the day. And I know there's video of the entire production. Josh Mason from Mason Studios filmed the entire thing, and they're supposed to be working on editing it and getting it up. And it was so much fun to watch the Joker do a self-help kind of thing, or not really a self-help thing, but like an advice show. And he taught you the SMILE method, which I'd reiterate here, but I can't do it justice.
The SMILE, well, it's an acronym, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, it was fun. And then I do want to give a special shout out and a thank you to the Quark Theater, because they put on a full production. I mean, they did this right. It was a one-woman operetta called Through the Looking Screen, and Jackie Cooper and Eileen Kuo, it was a great performance. And so, I mean, just a lot of I'd say from a production standpoint, it might have been one of our best conventions. Everything, right. The video game room looked great. The Lego Lounge looked great. The ballroom was beautiful. Yeah. Everything worked. We didn't have any microphones going out in the middle of a performance.
That was something that we've had a problem with in various venues. There's something about that ballroom that does not affect the signals for those wireless mics, and they always come out perfectly.
The lighting looked good.
I also got to give a lot of props to Opera Memphis for helping provide entertainment during the cosplay contest.
Yeah, and they gave. And I love this. They're doing an original opera coming up, folks. This is right in our wheelhouse. I think I have the name right. Sky Pirates and the Laser Divas.
Laser Divas versus the Sky Pirates
of Destiny.
Of Destiny.
It's like a steampunk sort of sci-fi, whatever. The head of Opera Memphis, Ned Canty, is one of us. He's a he's a geek.
He's a good friend, and he just he always brings every bit of passion you can into even the weirdest of operas, and it's an original opera that they've done.
Right. And another thing, I want to just give a shout out to John Martin, one of our featured artists, because
oh my goodness,
we've watched his art improve over year after year.
It's evolved to this point of just it looks like it should be hanging in a gallery.
And he told me something that I didn't know, but he said because he was friends with Mitch Faust, and he was friends with Dean Zachary and Jim Hall and all those. He said he met them at our convention, and that led to all these friendships, which that's, I guess, one of the reasons that this thing keeps going is because it's a lot of work, but all the friendships and all the, the things that have come out of the convention.
Well, I mean, I think about it, and it's like, we've got, our one of our featured artists, these lately,
KF Golden.
Well, KF Golden, which I love them to death, but I was going to talk about Luzumaki.
Oh, right.
Her first convention ever as a child was coming to the very first Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention, and a few years ago she came to us as an artist and sold out her entire booth that first year, and she's been a staple ever since. KF Golden, like you said. They were our featured artists this year, and they've gotten into doing tattoo art, which I would have loved to have been able to do a tattoo demonstration, but nothing lined up in time as far as getting everything when we because of losing our venue and then having to find a new venue, and it was just chaos incarnate. But I think despite all the chaos that we dealt with and getting back to it, we really were able to showcase people like her and Lizzie and Camp Golden and our new cosplay buddy Rainy Day Roses. Who, she just reached out and then she just knocked it out of the park, becoming a part of our cosplay team. And my wife doing her weird things with all the Halloween stuff. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
and it was an event worthy of our 15 years.
Yeah, it was great, and thank you to everybody that showed up, and thanks to everybody that helps make this happen, because it's a lot of work, folks, and we appreciate it. But I'm looking forward to taking a break and not thinking about it for a little while. But anyway, the show's over, guys. We got to go. So until next week, we are the Geek Patrol, and I am Joe Thorderson.
I'm Allan Gilbreth.
I'm Maximilian.
And I am Brandon Olmstead, hoping you get this Sunday morning started with all the energy of Mick Strawn.